to you all because I feel like sometimes you all give the best advice. I don't always have all of the answers. So since my grandmother's stroke, she has been struggling a little bit. And I am trying to find I've been trying to find a remedy to help her pass her depression. Anybody who knows it is not easy being a caregiver. And I say that all the time because I know that I'm not the only one that has gone through with being a caregiver. I had no idea what I was signing up for. Do not be alarmed, guys. I'm driving with no hands. I'm driving with my damn kneecap, trying to adjust my damn head. But I had no clue what I was signing up for in terms of being a caregiver. And I'm trying my best to uplift in every way possible. I've been researching life coaches because I've introduced the idea of therapy to my grandmother, and unfortunately it's not something that she's really open to right now. So I kind of want to do something in baby steps, you know what I mean, because I don't want to force something on her that she's not willing or ready to do right now, you know what I mean. But if you've known anyone who has had a stroke, and then either or having a stroke or having a limb amputated, it can take a toll. And for 77 years of my grandmother's life, she's had her independence. My grandmother was not raised by her mother or her father. She was raised by her grandmother. She went through molestation from an uncle of hers, and nobody believed her. And so that contributed to the hardcore exterior of her feeling the need to protect herself and wanting to do the very best for her family. And so she was not close with her siblings until years later. And by that time, she was an adult and had children. Her children had children. You know what I mean? So she's always been independent. She's always had herself to depend on. And because I know that story, and I know of the sacrifices that she's made for myself and my family members, I didn't want to be someone who failed her, right? I'm going to try to say this without crying because I don't want to cry, so just bear with me a little bit. That has been my biggest inspiration, my biggest superhero, my biggest point of reference. And when I tell people a lot of what you hear in my voice, you know, from me cussing people out and getting people together and being independent and feeling like I don't need nobody, is contributed to that lady. Today I had a massive migraine. And in the process after me doing that live video, I didn't know what we were going to talk about. I just sometimes go live, you know, to kind of, you know, let people see that she's doing well, you know, for the other family members who may not call or who may not check up on her. They just know that she's doing well. So I typically go live. It's not to exploit. It's not to look for likes or anything. I just kind of do it to, you know, just let people see her progress. You know what I mean? And also, I do it because my grandmother is very self-conscious, always has been, about taking pictures and stuff like that. So I do it because it's the only way that I can create moments and memories, right? And so in the process of me having this massive migraine, grandmother, after I did the video, my grandmother said, come in the room. And I came back in the room, and she said, you went to your room and you started crying, didn't you? And I tried to lie. I said, no, ma'am, I didn't. And because my grandmother and I are one and the same, she knows me to a fault. And she said, no, you were crying. You went in the room and you started crying. And I said, well, yeah, I did. And she said, I know. And so out of her feeling so depressed, that lady, which is one of the reasons why I love her, that lady decided she was going to pray over me. So she took off my hat, touched my little bald head, okay? And she began to pray for me. And she prayed for my success. She prayed for me finding happiness and love. And she says, I want to thank you. She said, I know why you do the things that you do now. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she says, I know why you do all of the things from dressing me and taking me out. She said, you want to make sure that my last days is filled with happiness. And I said, yeah. I said, but it's not just last days. I do it because I love you. And I love you so much that I know that I could never repay that woman half of what she's given me. So it's super important for me to love on that lady. It's super important for me to reiterate. Like, she has moments where she's dealing with losing her memory. So I'm having to constantly remind her, not just about, small things, but having to remind her how beautiful that she is. And I don't think people understand a lot of what women give up. And, excuse me, I never knew how much she gave up until that moment this morning. I've never been oblivious to it, but I know how much she's given up. Thank you, Barry. She wants to do a couple of things. Like, she wants to go to the Ellen DeGeneres show. And so I need y'all help. Like, I have to try to make this happen for her. With my grandmother, anything that she wants. Yesterday I gave her a bath. Like I said, if you know anybody who's dealt with having a stroke and dealing with being an amputee, most of her bathing is done bedside. So I physically have to lift her and maneuver her to get all of her body parts in the bed. I have to change her in the bed. I have to change her linens in the bed. So I decided that I was going to wrap up the amputated leg. I put a couple trash bags and taped that bad boy up. And I decided that I was going to give her a nice bubble bath because, she always talks about those things, missing out on those things. And so I took off my pants just in my underwears. I didn't know it was going to show my underwears on live. I promise you, I wasn't trying to be nasty or freaky. But I took off my pants. I ran some bubble bath. I went out and got some candles for her. I went and got, the nice good bubble shit. I went and got her good shampoo and conditioner shit that she like. You get what I'm saying? And I washed her hair and scrubbed her back. And, she was holding on to me and leaning on and just enjoying herself. And she said, I thank you so much. And rubbed her feet. I got in the tub with my feet. Got in the tub with my feet and scrubbed her feet. And people with disabilities, people don't understand that a lot of the times they feel lonely. And they do feel exempt because they don't get the opportunity to do the things that we take for granted. And what I realize is that I've taken certain things for granted. Not intentionally. But a lot of the things that comes natural for me, you understand what I'm saying? That she doesn't have the opportunity to do. And so she's changing me in ways that I did not think was possible. So although I'm sad just a little that she struggles with seeing her own beauty, in March is her birthday. She'll be 81 years young, and I want to give her a fabulous birthday. And so I want to invite all my friends or anybody who wants to be a part. If you're in Atlanta, hell, if you just want to visit in Atlanta, just come. I just want to lavish a lot of love on her. And I want to try to get her to the Ellen DeGeneres show so she can watch a live taping. And so if you guys know how to make that possible, I'm coming to sing. Yes, Bears, you'll love that. If you guys know how to make that possible, I've been trying myself, but I really want to make that happen for her. I want her to do, my grandmother has given up so much. Y'all just have no idea. She's given up so much. And before she leaves this world, I want her heart to be full. And I don't know if y'all know what I mean by that, but I have to ensure that her heart is full. Oh, excuse. I know this shit's swinging in front of y'all's face, but I have to make sure that her heart is full. I will not be able to rest until I make sure that her heart is full. I thank God, y'all, every day. I thought I was humble before. I am so humble now, y'all. Because of that lady, I am so humble. I thank God that He's allowed her to be with me. I thank God that she's still with me and that we still get to argue about minute things and that we still get to kiss and love on each other. And as equally as much as I know that she needs those hugs and kisses from me, I need them from her. So I'm not trying to hit y'all with the ugly cry right here on Instagram. If y'all have ways or tips on what I can do, you know, I'm not opposed. Listen, I haven't made it, friends, to the point that I can't get on this live and ask y'all for help to say, what can I do to make sure that she sees her beauty? I try to hang pictures up, you know. We do manicure days. I try to get a massage going for her, but the person canceled on me yesterday, which is crazy because all these people be on these social media apps and websites advertising, you know, doing massages. And I feel like if, you know, you're a professional massage therapist, you know, you shouldn't be interested in trying to give me one. I don't need it. I'm trying to give it to the person who needs it, and that's her. And so I guess they cancel. I took it as if they canceled because she's a woman. You get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get her a massage because she needs that, you know. So I did a little bit this morning, as y'all saw, you know. I was trying to pull her little hair up into a little ponytail and stuff because I washed her hair and left some conditioner. Child, I'll give her a massage. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Always so willing to help. But no, I want to actually get her one. It's just little stuff that she's, you know, missing out on. And I'm taking her this weekend. Actually, we're gonna go out to eat again. Hopefully the weather is like it is today. And I'm going to go get her foot done. Like, you know, she's not interested in getting like her toes and manicures because she doesn't have mobility on her left side, and then she only has her left foot, so she no longer has her right foot, and so she's very insecure about wanting to go get her feet done. And so I'm trying my best, because of the stroke and diabetes, and a lot of her hair fell out, so that's why she was reduced to wearing wigs and stuff like that, because it was hard to really maintain her hair, so it started to fall out. So what I'm interested in doing is trying to find someone to make a beautiful lace front for her, you know, with gray hair that she can wear for a little bit, you know what I mean? But these are just the things that I want to do for her. When people ask me what am I working for, what am I doing, is to make sure that lady is happy, and to make sure that lady is repaid what she's given out. And I don't know. I can do that. Just gonna be with the hair you want. Thank you. I appreciate that, Roman, so much. Like I said, I don't have enough to repay that lady for the sacrifices and the compromises that she's made in her life. But God damn it, I'm gonna try. I am gonna try. Okay? So if y'all see me posting, I tried to, her eyesight is not as good, but I tried to let her go through and read y'all's messages. So when y'all say that y'all love her, not only does it fill my heart and it fills my cup, and it really does humble me, I know for a fact that it fills her cup. And I think that it's super important that sometimes we have to understand that even when we feel like our cup is half full, that it's okay to still pour into someone else. You know what I mean? It's okay to pour into someone else. That's what that lady's love is doing for me. That is, I'm overflowing. A few months ago, I was so frustrated with her. I lied to y'all not. And I realized that a lot of my frustration wasn't directed towards her. It was just frustrated because I was in fear of failing her. You know, I felt like nobody really wanted to do it. Everybody had excuses or reasons as to why they couldn't and didn't want to do it. And those that did do it felt like they had no other choice but to do it when they did have a choice. You either want to do it or you don't. That's how I look at it. And so I was now put in a position where I'm not going to fail her. I don't want to fail her, but I'm afraid to fail her. And I know that it's necessary for someone to step up to the plate. And you know, I want it to be me. I gotta make me ready. I want to be prepared to step up to this plate and be the answer. You know what I mean? To be the answer. That's what I was thinking, you know. But fear got the best of me, and I did not want to fail her, and I felt like I was going to fail her. And I know that's not, you know, a way to think about it, but I felt like I was going to fail her. Super afraid, because I didn't know. I didn't have any training. I didn't listen. I only know how to be, you know, and I tell her that all the time. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a quote-unquote caregiver, you know, but I'm a grandson. And the amount of love, you know, the crazy part, y'all, and I know y'all probably gonna think this is weird, I don't even feel like a grandson. I feel like a son. That lady has been my mother. That lady has been the answer to a lot of my prayers, to a lot of my mistakes that I've made. Even in the most ugliest moments, that lady has stuck by me. That lady has nurtured me. When that lady ain't had no milk in her titty, that lady put me up on her titty and belched me. You get what I'm saying? That lady has been my comfort. That lady is my comfort. I don't know why I'm speaking in past tense. That lady is my comfort. And I love her so much. So I'm going to leave this video up. If you guys can tag Ellen, I want to try to make this thing happen. She wants to go to a live taping. I know that's kind of impossible because COVID is running rampant. But I want to get her there. She loves Ellen. She loves Monique. And she loves fine dining. Like, she loves food. You know, and she loves to look pretty. She wants to feel pretty again. And so, whatever I have to do, whoever I gotta murder, I say that jokingly, but whatever I gotta do to fill her cup, I'm gonna do it. All of the opportunities that comes my way, I'm humbly appreciative. God knows I am. I am, y'all. I'm so appreciative. I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody left me a question. Okay, I do home health care, and what you are doing is a blessing. Thank you. I appreciate that, Don. Oh my God, I appreciate that. I just sent your post to her page. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah. Well, I want to do a photo shoot. Anybody who's looking to donate their services, listen, I'm not looking for any handouts. You know, this is just bigger than me. I feel like that lady, from not just myself, she represents a lot of the grandmothers out here. And a lot of the times, if you know your grandmother is right around the age of my grandmother will be 81 years young in March, and we don't understand the sacrifices that one has to go through, from dealing with racism, you know, civil rights, you name it. You understand what I'm saying? My grandmother has made it possible for me to be sitting here in this generation. And I don't take that lightly. And I used to think that my grandmother, you know, was so opinionated and mean at times and shady. But I also know that she's filled with a lot of love. And I feel like a lot of the times the idea of what we believe is so far from the truth, it becomes misplaced. And I get it now, is that what we sometimes experience is just when you've gone from generation to generation and you've seen people through and you've raised many and you've been there for so many, that sometimes it leaves a dent in your heart, and sometimes a hole if it becomes big enough. And so sometimes what she's experiencing is she's just experiencing a hole in her heart, you know, hurt and fearful. Any woman who can be hurt at the same time and still pray for somebody else, in my book, is an amazing person. That even when you're feeling low, that you still want to see somebody else through. So I appreciate y'all so much. I do.